going, everyone? It's Liam Carson here. It's time for the originals, episode 20 of season 2. With Klaus out of commission then, after the rest of the Michelsons had had enough of him, with him owning up to, obviously, we had the death of Aiden in the last episode. He was owning up to it, even though it wasn't, like, he had no involvement whatsoever about it, but, yeah, I mean, he had to establish a kind of a stand, especially with Haley and Jackson, and their plan to dart off, really, with, of course, Dahlia's presence here, so yeah, but, yeah, it was quite uneasy stuff, for, you know, the Michelsons to Klaus. I'm sure it's going to kick them up the backside, either this episode or next episode, who knows, but, maybe both. We'll see. With that said, let's get into this episode of the originals. It's episode number 20 of season 2. Let's go.
From birth, we share their names.
How it feels to be the one in the coffin.
And trust them to protect that which we hold most dear.
This is a big mistake, guys.
The bond of family is not a bond forged by choice.
I mean, it is.
In fact, some would see family as a terrible burden.
Which they shouldn't.
Out of my head.
I'm not in your head. You're in mine. And seeing as you
It's like how the turntables,
no
but
choice but to listen. I have a proposition for you.
Yep, here we go. Knew this was coming.
We promised to stay together.
Yes, always and forever, a familiar promise, but then you knew that.
Yeah.
I suppose you think that makes us kindreds.
Not exactly. What I mean to show you is that we can be allies.
There it is. There it is. Pretends to be shocked. You're not winning.
Does die. You will also be free of that tyranny. No more running, no more hiding. So do not insult my intelligence by painting your actions as selfless.
If you will not bring Haley back here,
I mean,
I will find hope myself.
she deserves to be
As I
free
said,
from Dahlia,
There was
but
no other way.
I don't like the idea that hope is going to be used as bait.
That's why he's here.
Ah, lovely reunion.
Could have just sent me a text.
This could have been an email.
But since you're here, unlink me.
What a fool. Come here.
Damn.
Our time together at the safe house. Make no mistake, I was in your head as much as you were in mine.
All right, Elijah.
How long are you gonna leave him like that?
Put Aiden to rest?
He deserves a bit more respect.
I don't have a choice, Haley. You said it yourself. We gotta go.
It's not right.
This whole thing's a
If
complete
we expect the
shambles.
wolves to
Help Rebecca break her bond with the May kids. When you want to get back to that, text me.
Right now, I need the best minds and the most formidable witches in this city. Mr. Griffith, do you have any
Look,
idea
I
of
do
the
feel
danger
for the
I
guy, but
face?
we need all hands on deck against Dahlia. I hate this.
You sure you want to do this?
What else am I gonna do?
I hate it here.
But him.
No, he's gone.
So I
My heart.
didn't even get to say goodbye.
He's gonna get that closure, isn't he? Because when they, of course, have moved Aiden's body.
While she was out in the sun gathering herbs, I toiled in the grey of this room.
So she
but I never
suffered for her
resented
sister.
We'd made a promise.
Cool.
Is this your feeble attempt to garner sympathy? To what end? No ancient plight will ever justify
You know what,
your
Dahlia?
intention to
We
enslave my
forgive
daughter.
you.
Oh, Niklaus, our plights.
Hey, Esther, let's sing our song.
I don't remember that silly little tune anymore, Dahlia.
Ouch. That hurts. That silly little tune.
Cole was trying to find a way out of dying. He used representational magic. He tried to transfer the curse into a clay doll. A golem.
So what if? Okay.
You're right.
Okay.
If we can find a way to replicate the baby's power source and transfer it into the doll,
Yeah.
that's our decoy.
That's our decoy. Yeah.
Me, just as your siblings have done. And like you, I have been unjustly painted as the villain.
See, me and you, we're not alike. We're so alike. We're not that different. Oh God.
Your mother, it's about your daughter. And if you have any chance to save her from what is to come, I suggest you listen.
Oh God. Yeah. Klaus has had enough of this bullshit.
I might encounter another person, and you would not stand for that.
People are frightened of that which they do
There's-
not understand. They will only
You can go a very skewed way of trying to
I want to see more
protect
than
someone.
the same trees, the same hills, a face that isn't yours.
Ouch. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of birds to clean up. Holy shit!
Hope's magic will be tainted with your vampire blood as well as the
yeah.
aggressive wolf temperament. Without the proper tutelage that only I can provide, Hope's power will grow unchecked.
Kind of like a little
She
bit of a
will
tribe
lash out at
thing
everyone.
going on here.
You thinking about pulling that dagger out?
Until Hope is safe, I would rather not unleash that Shakespearean rage.
Well, whoever
Wow.
did frame him for
Very
being
apt,
dead
I
got
guess.
us to
Very,
take our
very
biggest
apt.
weapon off the
In my experience, it's a loaded assault rifle with a hair trigger, and I'm putting my gun down. I don't give a damn what you, Elijah, or the Coven's got to say
There's a
about
bit
that.
of trauma for Vincent, I
Covens.
would say.
Which is going to be fooled by a doll. They need a heartbeat. Here, hold this.
Look at him helping. Every little helps, though, I guess.
all that, Klaus. You cannot stop me from getting that baby.
You begin the spell. Prepare the battlefield. I'll bring Hope to you.
Oh no. But we got a plan.
Pain. I want power. I am owed hopes, and without it, I will slumber again within the year.
Well, maybe
Freya
that will
turned
give
on
you
me
time
because
to
I
reflect
denied
on
her
being
a
a better
basic
person.
Pray that Elijah releases you before Hope learns to call Jackson Daddy.
Wow. Wow. Well, that's a way to try and manipulate him. Oh, good catch. Good catch.
You're waiting for the day I die so that you can take your immortal place beside Haley. And if you kill me, you lose her for good. She'll never forgive you.
Oh, shit.
And speak of
Her blood. I'm trusting you, Elijah.
There's this whole aura of this better work.
you can return Hope to where she belongs. With family.
You will have made the right choice for her.
Pocket sand. Oh, sugar.
We've lost too many to the Michelson sister. And Elijah wants you to go back to their family when
Oh,
this is all over.
no.
But I can't live under Klaus's roof and be the alpha this pack
Yeah.
deserves.
He's got to make a choice.
Jack?
If they really are your family, then I gotta protect my own.
This is not fair. Oh, no. See, I don't know if this is red flags to make the choice easy. Oh my god, this is rough. I don't know if there are red flags for Jackson in terms of survivability, in terms of making the choice a little bit easier, but
I didn't need time, Jack.
I was
I
gonna
spent my whole life
say,
searching for family, and I found you
yo,
and the pack. We need to do right by them,
yo,
starting with Aiden.
Child. Ever again.
damn, that was swift there, Elijah.
That is true.
You are now the bait.
Woo! Oh my god!
What did you do to me? Since it's the ruse.
Rebecca assures me that this will work, and I trust her far more than I trust
I
you.
am not your enemy, Elijah.
We shall see. Proceed with your preparations.
Holy shit! Yeah, like, that's it though. He gave no chance. He gave no chance for Freya to, like, come out with a rebuttal. Like, okay, well, this will work. I trust Rebecca than you, Snake, and all of that. Yeah. But this is really not helping Freya's ties with the Michelsons, is it? Yeah. But to be fair, Hope was never, ever, 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 in Elijah's lifetime, Hope was never going to be used as leverage, as a way to lure Dahlia here. Yeah. There was no way. There was no way.
I'm talking about necromancy.
A way to put. Oh my god.
See, that's a whole lot of power.
This is it though. This will push her further to bringing Cole back.
More than this here rock. If you ever want to get your boyfriend back.
This? It's a Chaos Emerald, but.
Suddenly, forever feels like a really long time.
I hear babies laughing before they're born. There's a mother.
Elijah, I'm calling to say goodbye.
Off.
Hope and I, we can't be part of your family anymore.
Oh damn! How's Klaus
All
gonna
Hope's
fail
life,
about
her
this
family
though?
has tried to destroy her. All the pain that comes with that name. She doesn't deserve that. Elijah, goodbye.
Shake the earth like a sheet.
I do think my heart breaks. It does break for all.
She's right, Elijah.
Yeah.
They have more than earned everything that is to come.
Oh hells!
We need to hurry.
If Jackson gets hit with a lightning bolt, I'm just gonna take cover, guys. What a damn it, Klaus! Damn it. I knew he was going to react the way he did. I knew it. And even Rebecca said that... Because that's it, though. I mean, obviously, I had a feeling with Haley's decision, yeah, this is going to go well. Like a house on fire for Klaus. This is just going to be absolutely rosy. Especially, and it's just... Because that's it, though. I don't think... Like, they're not aware of the shit that Dahlia has been saying to Klaus. So it's and I think it's just a testament to how severe the consequences are when it comes to, well, daggering Klaus, right? Because... Klaus has had this... Dahlia was able to be like, you know what? Free real estate. Let's try and sway the most unhinged Michelson to this cause. And then boom. It just lined up really neatly for Dahlia, and I just hate it here. I have to understand Haley's decision. That's the thing when it comes to, like, the quick instant thinking, and obviously... it's going to be heartbreaking for all the Michelsons. Even if Klaus is going to take things to the extreme and want to, you know, side with Dahlia, which we'll, you know, pry into in a moment. But, I mean, it's going to be a heartbreaking decision for him to hear, but for Elijah and Rebecca so much. But they do understand where Haley is coming from. Especially with the fact that she wants Hope to have a fresh start, which is understandable. The number of enemies that Klaus has made, that'll go down to her. And, you know, she might not even want that whatsoever. So, you know, you just got to think, I know, like, Freya wasn't exactly Dahlia's daughter, but she may as well have been. And you saw how much I mean, obviously with Freya, there is a lot of that, like, worry going around in regards to the fact that, well, she could be very, very dangerous, and this is, like, my guidance, and this place is the best for her. But, yeah, like, with Freya, she wasn't exactly too keen on wanting to be under Dahlia's guidance, to remain here in this limbo for her. So it is very, very apt, I would say, when it comes to the amount of enemies that Klaus has that could transfer to Hope. She might not want that when she is like 20, 30, 40, whatever. She would probably want to start anew, and to have that forced upon her is just not fair. So yeah. But it's not just that, though. You see that Klaus has been, you know, he's had beef with Jackson all season long. And, you know, this whole thing isn't exactly helping in terms of just trying to manipulate Jackson into things. But also, like, she is just under constant threat from Dahlia. So I don't blame her for wanting to get out of Dodge. So, like, snap decision. So, yeah. Because this life is just gonna torment Hope, really. And it's just one of those situations where it's a bitter pill to swallow, but I can understand why Hayley, you know, looking at it from her perspective, I can understand why Hayley made such the decision. So, yeah, but it's not going to end well because of Klaus, and how he took it. So, but again, I don't know if if this is all part of some master plan and all of that. Because Klaus and Dahlia are tap out. Just tap out, okay? I would just tap out before the match even gets started, because that's a deadly duo. You've got someone who is, I mean, you just saw the a couple of episodes ago the might she had against Michael and Klaus, and those two teaming is just a scary prospect, and they couldn't even hack it against Dahlia. So Klaus and Dahlia teaming up is just like, just tap out. Everyone is screwed unless Klaus has some kind of plan. Like, I don't know if he was gonna like tell Rebecca and Elijah some kind of shit involving, yeah, Dahlia spoke to me, and then he kept that shut when he heard the message. So, but surely he also knows that if he goes after Hayley, if Klaus goes after Hayley, then Hope's just gonna hate him so much. And does he really want that? Does he really want that deep down? So, plus, I just find it so hilarious that he will just like, it would just be hilarious if he caved to Dahlia. But he was not having it when it came to Freya. Like, I'm your sister, and I want to stop Dahlia at all costs because she has ruined my life. He was ever so skeptical about Freya's presence, but will, like, after going into a bit of exposition and backstory, you know what, Dahlia? Yeah. And he saw a little bit of Freya's backstory there as well, but yeah. So, yeah. But, I mean, to be fair, this whole idea of going to the bayou and all of that is just a recipe for disaster, so, yeah. Yeah. But I think Klaus has a plan, and because Dahlia is also very intelligent as well. So, you know, they, like, even going into this whole thing about trying to trick Dahlia with the decoy and all of that, she won't exactly, like, even something like this, you can't exactly use a decoy unless it has a beating heart, which is where Elijah came in and did that to Freya, which was just absolutely insane. And again, Freya is just gonna it's just another one on the list for Freya, isn't it, in terms of reasons why the Michaelsons suck. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's just a complete kerfuffle, and I am really intrigued to see where things are gonna go. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was very interesting to see how Elijah did understand why Klaus, well, not just did what he did in terms of the lie, but also when it came to Freya and how he had such distrust to Freya, to the point where, you know what, it's understandable. You know what, you're going to be used as bait, so didn't let her have a word in edgewise. So, yeah, but that's it. He couldn't take and I couldn't take the risk of Hope being used as bait, and nothing harmful would come towards her. You don't underestimate Dahlia. So, yeah, and he tried to ensure that Hope would still be in safe hands, whilst trying to use an idea to try and get to Dahlia and stop her without having to bring Hope to her, because that's the only way you can really lure Dahlia. So it was just really smart thinking. But again, Freya's just gonna be absolutely livid. So yeah, and I imagine that if Freya is going to be sticking, I imagine she would be, but if Freya is going to be sticking around for next season, that she is going to be an absolute, she's going to be very difficult to work with, just based on the fact that she can't trust these bastards. So, yeah. So, yeah, but, it was just very interesting, this episode, where, Klaus was faced with a choice in regards to this whole situation. Yeah, I mean, it was just very interesting going into Dahlia's backstory and all of that, because of course we got to see how things came to be, that they were taken by Vikings, that fell for Esther to fall in love with Michael. And the differences in regards to how Dahlia made of the situation versus how Esther made of the situation. Where, she settled and wanted to abandon that magical practice. So, yeah. But here we have Esther, who is wanting to free herself, and Dahlia was like, no, we can't do this. So, yeah. And Esther that's it though. Esther just wanted to, cut the magic crap out of her life. She just wanted that freedom. She didn't want to, sever the bond between her and Dahlia. So, and yeah, I mean, it was like, that's it though. With Dahlia's decisions, there have always been an element of control to them. It's the way that Esther wanted that freedom from her life and all, from that magical life, really. And Dahlia took that personally, literally. And you just think back to how, obviously there is the whole kerfuffle with Freya, obviously, and how she's trying to, I guess have history repeat itself when it comes to Hope. There are more delicate ways, I would say, like if you were trying to be the better person and all of that, like you were trying to showcase to Klaus, I feel like there are more delicate ways in terms of trying to help both Freya and Hope. But that's it though. She took the whole shit with Esther personally, that she took Freya away from Esther. When I feel like there could have been ways around this, in terms of Dahlia helping Freya, and how we have this whole situation with Hope. But that's it though. She's trying to manipulate the idea that she is the better person. That you know, I'm not the bad guy here, but deep down, she is just evil, but she doesn't see herself as that. So yeah. And that's it though. Obviously, coming into Dahlia's backstory, I wasn't getting the idea of, look, this is not going to sway my heart to you, Dahlia, or anything like that. I mean, it did suck, of course, that you were taken by Vikings. And yeah, you might feel it's a little sad that that you sisters cannot practice magic again. Sure. But there's no need to take things into a very hostile direction and all of that. So you can still be sisters and you can still have that love. Even if Esther wants to do away with the magic. She just wants freedom. She just wants to live her life. So, yeah. But how, you know, that whole abandonment thing and all of that was really speaking to Klaus. And look at what they are doing. Yeah. So, and like I said, I do believe Klaus has a plan cooked up. I don't think Klaus. There has to be a plan for Klaus. So yeah. But we'll just have to wait and see because I mean. Again, that team up is just very, very deadly. Yeah, but we'll just it's just really, really rough at this point because you do question how we're gonna win. So that's one of the reasons why I believe Klaus is not really siding with Dahlia, but he has to play her like a damn fiddle. So we'll just have to see what does happen now. But yeah, I did really enjoy. I did feel so bad for Jackson. I did enjoy the funeral in terms of how beautiful it was. Even Josh's words about forever feels like a long time. That was really, really beautifully put as well. But yeah, I mean. With Jack, I wasn't really a fan of the ultimatum, but again, he's lost two of his brothers based on this whole shit show. He lost Ollie and he's lost Aiden. And he's now all alone, really. I mean, he's got Haley and he's got Hope, of course, but in terms of people who are essentially siblings to him, yeah. And it was just very interesting going into a bit of backstory as well with him and how he was assigned Alpha of the Pack and all of that. And yeah, so, but, yeah, it was just a really, really moving funeral bit, wasn't it? So, yeah. And my heart broke for Josh so much. Like, especially when... I'm glad that he made it to the funeral as well because he said he never got a chance to say goodbye. He said goodbye to everyone, but not Aiden. And now this was his chance, and it's like, yeah, so... but I also loved Vincent coming into the equation, trying to just... Look, I'm done with magic, alright? So, I thought when it came to... like, I really enjoyed his talk with Cammy and all of that. Especially because of... like, with the whole idea of... Davina taking charge and all of that you know, it works so well, but that talk with Cammy prior to that with Cammy and Vincent, it does have that essence of, look, sometimes we have to do things that we are not a fan of and all of that, but there is a responsibility for us to uphold and all of that. And that's it though. Vincent wants done in terms of, he wants out when it comes to this whole magical thing and all of that. So, Like, the amount of times he was just so annoyed about how he was about how he was trying to get pulled back into this whole shit show. But that's it, though. I was thinking maybe Vincent does become the lead of the Covens. But Davina works so well. As well as the fact that this might push further into bringing Cole back. So, yeah. Because even Vincent was like, look, this is not going to do the trick. But if you're the leader of the 9 Covens, boom. So, but yeah, it was really, really great this episode. Again, just seeing how Dahlia was trying to showcase why her getting to Hope was very important. And how she's not the bad guy in this whole situation. Where she is a victim of circumstance, really, in terms of, like, well, the Vikings took me away, and that was the domino effect to what is today, with Esther leaving and all of that. Like I said, though, there are ways that she could have handled this a lot better, but yeah, obviously, with what she has done, it's inexcusable. So, yeah. So, that's it, though. She is not the bad guy in her story. But, yeah. But, again, Klaus is surely playing her like a fiddle. I mean, yeah, it's fair enough that she's trying to cater to Klaus and all of that. Like, they betrayed you. I've been betrayed myself. I've been seen as the bad person because I want to help people out. I want to do the best thing. But people will look at me as the villain and all of that. So, yeah, it's just rough. But we'll have to wait and see what happens in these next 2 episodes as we do close out season 2. So, yeah. But I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles!